obviously a superstar. But just because it's who he is, this don't change no program that I got going on. I'm here to win. I've been coming to win. And I think the same result going to happen on.
That's great that we get to see two iconic fighters in their prime, and in about a somebody's got to go no that's I'm saying that's the great fight. But after that, what do we have? Oh, you got Gervonta Davis and Lamont Roach and Hoan, but we know what's going to happen with that. That's what I'm saying, you never know, right? And I know you never know. I don't know. Fight this year has had boxing professionals more divided on their preference or dislike for it than the Gervonta Davis vs. Lamont Roach fight. While some professionals who have a good knowledge of Lamont Roach's career and boxing skills sound confident about him standing a chance against the 135-pound knockout artist, others are disappointed that he's moving up in weight, and most importantly the fact that he is not Devin Haney, Shakur Stevenson, Vasily Lomachenko, Ryan Garcia, Isaac Cruz, Teofimo Lopez of even Rayo Valenzuela makes it more discouraging for them. Obviously he is a solid fighter, but for me, Tank Davis is in there are many others who do not want the fight to take place, mainly because Roach's name does not live up to that of his famous rival, something that works against the official broadcaster Prime Video and the pay-per-view strategy. But the fight has an entirely different plan. Tank going to do what Tank going to do. Tank going to do what Tank has always done. Okay, no, why know what that is? Boxing commentator Tim Bradley fields media questions from Fight Hype about John Tank Davis's upcoming fight against Lamont Roach, and says the move is simply par for the course for Tank, who continues to benefit from the protective custody of PBC. So when asked about his thoughts on the fight, Bradley shared some of these words. Bradley said, Tank going to do what Tank has always done. Y'all know what that is. The fans ain't stupid. You've got your Tank supporters out there that feel that this guy ducked, this guy didn't want to fight, and all this stuff, man, like before Shakur even signed to Cordina, it was a perfect opportunity for him to negotiate with Shakur. This guy dug, this guy didn't want to fight, all this stuff, man, like before Shakur even signed to Cordina, it was a perfect opportunity for him. But it just always seems that Tank, and this isn't just me hating, this is factual, tell me last true top a dog where he didn't suck him down in weight so he can have an advantage of saying, oh, he too big this and that, like he did with Garcia, who was the last. It was Pedraza, and that was years ago, dog, but since then who else? Frank Martin is green to me. It's like, bro, you're almost like a 30-year-old prospect. Dog, fight the best, fight Shakur. Oh, he tried to fight Lomachenko, but Lomachenko didn't want that smoke. He retired. LMA, all this, you would have fought that 5-6 years ago, but you were in protective custody. Straight up, PBC is protective custody, bro, and wait so he can have an advantage, and saying, oh, he too big and this and that, like he did with Garcia, man, who was the last. It was PZA, that was years ago. Look, they've built a hell of a product. Look, man, makeup covers a lot of imperfections. Matchmaking can do the same thing. What are you scared of? That's what I'm trying to understand. Put the dude in there with a lion. He knocked out a lion. That's what I'm talking about. So that's just me. That's what I think. Conor Benn, who's a sworn enemy of Gervonta Davis, doesn't really want the best for Tank Davis. However, he also has to accept the fact that only a miracle would make the underdog Lamont Roach come out on top. Yeah, going to be early thoughts. Whoever is, yeah, Hansi predicted an early stoppage for whoever was fast enough to grab it. We all know it's Gervonta Davis's win most likely, and Conor Benn does too, but boxing is a sport of surprises, isn't it? Teofimo Lopez feels it's a mismatch, and he's less concerned about Lamont Roach's championship status. You know what I'm saying? They about to put him with a guy at 130 pounds, whether he's a champion or not. You getting a guy lighter than you to come up and weight to make you look good. Again, I'm saying they're about to put him with a guy's 130 pounds, whether he's a champion or not. You're getting a guy lighter than you, come up and weight to make you look good. I dominate any of them. A lot of similarities. They both box each other numerous times, and I think that a lot of people writing Lamont off because of his one loss with Jamal Herron. But on the other hand, the welterweight sensation Kenneth Sims Jr., who has fought against both Roach and Davis, also shared his views about the fight and stated what these fighters must do to win the match. At first, the bossman avoided trying to predict the fight as he was on good terms with both of them. Sims felt it would be a bit disrespectful, however he later gave in and spoke about how he and Roach shared some wholesome moments during their nationals when they faced each other in the semifinals. Through the years he showed he got cons consistently better and better. He silenced out the critics. He went and grabbed him a world title, and I think that it's definitely a fight that. But upon being asked what both of them have to do to win the fight, the Illinois resident mentioned how both Roach and Tank are counter-punchers, and to win the fight one of them has to come out of their comfort zone to get the other one to open. He also touched upon the fact that Gervonta Davis is a slow starter and it takes time for him to come into the groove. Tank starts slow, but as the fight goes he is going to pick it up and then he gets its busy, stated Kenneth Sims Jr. But to win this fight he will have to go on attacking quite earlier than usual, otherwise it might be too late given how fast Roach boxes and picks up points early in the fight. For to watching the fight, do you think the fact that it is going to be a technical fight, do you think that favors Lamont or does it favor Tank? Because I think female heavyweight champion Claressa Shields, a sworn enemy of Gervonta Davis, Surprisingly gave a very balanced prediction. Tang and Tang, I mean, like, he's a bad man, he can fight, he's tough. I know we had our dispute back and forth or whatever, but at the end of the day if we talk about just boxing, hey, absolutely. So I don't know why everybody's kind of sleeping on Lamont, but he has a decorated amateur career too. He's a very sturdy kid, he's very skilled. Tank is Tank, and when I say Tank is Tank, I mean, like, he's a bad man, he can fight, he's tough. Of course you don't expect Claressa Shields to forget their feud in a hurry. Hence she added, I know we had our dispute back and forth or whatever, but at the end of the day if we talk about just boxing, he's a good fighter and I look forward to watching that fight. And I look forward to watching that fight. Is this a pay-per-view fight though? Would you buy it? Are you going to buy it? I love any fight that Tia said pay-per-view. I think that Lamont Roach is worth. When asked if it was worth a pay-per-view fight and if she was going to buy the ticket, she answered, I've always bought any fight that Tank has had on pay-per-view, and I think that Lamont Roach is worth watching. I think that this fight is going to be very technical, very skillful, and as always we're going to put the power of the Tank on display. Let the best man win this. Gary Russell Jr. wants a mega fight right now and he wants it against Gervonta Davis, the right opponent, or that Lamont's not going to present a challenge. It ain't no perception, y'all. Know what it is, man. Tank picking and choosing. I always say it, the American fighter has opened a new trash-talking front as he tries to incite his rival and create a buzz for the fight. It seems he is the only one fighting on this end as Tank has decided to keep quiet. Russell Jr. 36 has been on the shelf for over 2 years and is without a title. In his last fight against Mark Majo he suffered a close defeat as he entered the ring with an undisclosed hand injury. Now that he is healed he wants to close off his career with a money-minting high-profile fight. While he has zeroed in on Davis, the latter has been reluctant to exchange words with him. I'm not going to now, don't get me wrong, I don't want to discredit Lamont Roach as I know Lamar Rose, he's a good guy, you know what I'm saying. I know it's father they all cool, you know what I'm saying, but I think it's levels. The former featherweight champion explained the situation in a conversation with the Boxing Voice. He disclosed that he wanted to fight against Davis, but there had been no back and forth about it. He said, we never went back and forth, I'm the only one that's been saying, __. Tank knows to keep his mouth closed when it comes to me. Russell Jr. at 312 has therefore suggested that Davis doesn't want to fight with him, but he has only doubled down on the Baltimore native as he even blasted his choice of opponent in Lamont Roach. My opinion, I still don't feel as though, and once again I don't have any ill will or anything like that towards Lamar Bros or even Tank Divvy. He told Fight Hype Tank has been fighting a lot of people that fans don't want to see him fight anyway. I could have seen that coming. That's not it. The Washington native believed Davis wouldn't be able to pick favorable opponents for long. Russell Jr. EXP explained that fans and media networks would mount pressure on Davis, eventually resulting in Davis picking up better opponents. Russell continued, I don't think he can do that for much longer. You know what I'm saying. With Tank I wanted to compete against him, I definitely wanted to compete against Tank. I still feel like I still have my opinion. The former World Boxing Council champion then cast his prediction of the fight between Davis and Roach. He had Davis winning the fight, especially if both were 100% healthy. Jr. declared, if they're both 100% healthy, I don't think Lamont has a chance of winning this fight. In my personal opinion, I don't think Lamont is going to win the fight. His comments resonate with many fans who have